One of the first things the Taliban did when they took over Kabul was to seek out and murder a comic who had held the mirror of reality up to their faces. Irma Bombeck, a household humorist of the 60s and 70s, said, "When humor goes, there goes civilization." Today, DTM Carson Shaffer holds that mirror up to the members of Winter Park Toastmasters Club and asks, where will the death of humor lead? Please welcome Toastmaster DTM Carson Shaffer.
I'm going to make you watch a video of that. The thing I love about Winter Park Toastmasters is I would tell people that when I left here in the morning at like 9:30, my face, my cheeks would hurt from smiling and laughing, literally hurt. But over the last few years, I've had it feeling less and less often. The slow strangulation of humor that's been decried by literally too many comedians to list, I looked it up, stems from a genuine, empathetic desire to not hurt people. But it's come at a cost. I received an evaluation slip from someone. I had to look at my slips from a bunch of other speeches to figure out who it was. And I thought it was so funny that it brought tears to my eyes. To Carson, from Roy. Because some of us like to write funny stuff and sign it Roy. I've sent Carmelo a slip that said, "Speak more like me," signed it Roy, and Roy wasn't even at the meeting. It's a thing. Carmelo knows it's not Roy. Because you neglected to grab the attention of your audience, many dozed off. Which leads me to your closing, because you failed so miserably, your decision to sit down was the best part. It goes on. Everybody I showed it to almost cracked up, but there were a few people who thought it was serious. So I said, "No, it's a joke. It's obviously a joke. It's hilarious." And they said, "No, it's so mean. It's mean and cruel, and whoever wrote that should have never done it." And I said, "It's a joke." But I couldn't convince them it was a joke. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we gotta lighten up, right? I get here early, always have. It lets me talk to everybody before the meeting gets started. And it used to be that I could say, 75% of what I really thought standing up here, and about 90% in the breakfast line. You really don't want to hear the other 10%. Today, well, not including this speech, I can say 50% of what I think in the breakfast line and maybe 30% up here. Because I don't want to get labeled as a, insert whatever pejorative term that you want here. So I've become very guarded in my comments and my opinions that I say to anyone in this room. But not today. So I used to tell jokes about people and things, but that got labeled as offensive. So I had to find something else. So self-deprecating humor was it. I got lots of ammo, right? But I utter the line, "I'm just some fat bald guy." And I received an evaluation slip telling me that that word was derogatory for people who struggled with their weight. Tucker, I hope I didn't offend you with the bald comment.
It was hurtful and mean.
Okay. So you guys all laugh at the bald joke because you're not bald. I am, but I recognize the humor, and it's a good joke. So I laughed. I'm not offended. It was funny. Now, I'm not saying that people don't have struggles, just like I struggle being follically challenged. What I am saying is that the death of humor in our society is not a good thing. And it's not going to lead us to being a more happy, healthy population. Sigmund Freud said, humor is the highest of the psyche's defense mechanisms, capable of turning anxiety into pleasure, and he said that people who use self-enhancing humor are less likely to show signs of depression, loneliness, and poor relationships with others. Humor is necessary to our well-being. After a humorous speech, one of our members told me how disgustingly offensive they found it. And I believe them. Except the video showed them laughing hysterically through the entire thing. Come on. Seriously. I once said, you see a guy up here trying not to look like an idiot. I received an evaluation slip telling me I could have made a better word choice. You guys all heard my speech about my son and his extremely low IQ that we worked so hard to fix. But as hard as I try, I cannot take, I'm trying not to look like an idiot, and find that offensive. I just can't. I understand the logic. But where does it end? Do we have to give speeches that are guaranteed not to offend anybody? Is that going to be a new role at the club? Speech commissar? You know, what's the fine? $10? More? 100? Expulsion? Political re-education? Where does it end? Right after, did all speakers qualify? Will it be, alles klar, Herr Kommissar? I'm not saying that we should be intentionally mean or hurtful. I'm saying that maybe we should all take a deep breath and decide if the eradication of humor is going to make us a happier, healthier club. Maybe, just maybe, we're not trying to be mean and offend everybody. Maybe we're trying to bring a little humor into people's lives. I want my face to hurt from smiling and laughing again when I leave here. Mr. Toastmaster. Wow. Way better than the intro.